I'm going to do anything to the end of the earth until I get my daughter out of jail. Period. That's it.
The family of the former Elmira woman who set fire to her Rochester home last year, killing 4 of her children, are devastated after she was sentenced today. They vowed to fight to free their daughter after they believe she was wrongfully convicted. Bobby Kugler will spend 7 to 15 years in state prison after she pleaded guilty last month to manslaughter, assault, and arson. Today's sentence scares Kugler's family, who vow to fight for her release. WENY TV's Joe Malillo talked to Bobby Kugler's father and stepmother this afternoon. He joins us live in the studio with more. Joe.
JB, when I first talked to Kugler's family today, they didn't know how long she was sentenced for. After hearing the news, they promised to fight to get her out of jail, even if it means going all the way to the governor.
Just know that they're in heaven looking down from above. And even though we weren't rich, we still had lots and lots of love.
Bobby Kugler wrote that poem to her dad while sitting in jail. The letter is outlined with hearts and the names of her children lost in the Rochester fire. It was the last direct contact Bobby had with her family before she was sentenced to more than 7 years in prison. Her family was shocked to hear about the sentencing.
She's never been in jail and has never been arrested in her whole life. She loved her kids. Where she went, her kids went. I mean, she cherished them. That's the easiest way to put it.
She lost 4 children. That's a lifelong sentence in itself. There's no jail term that could ever do anything better.
Bobby's dad, James Reevy, says he sent a letter to Governor Cuomo's office asking for help. He says his daughter was wrongfully convicted because the scene was tampered with before the investigation was finished.
Wrote to the governor. He replied back to me. He was going to give it to some people in his office to look into.
In December, Bobby admitted to setting fire to a picture of her ex-boyfriend and tossing it into a dresser filled with combustible materials. But despite the sentencing, Bobby's father and stepmother say they will continue to fight for justice.
I love them, and they knew you did too. So for all of this, I just want to say thank you. Love always, Bobby Jean.
Now that fire killed 14-year-old Gage Reevy, 13-year-old Greg Kugler, 12-year-old Candy Kugler, and 6-year-old Caden Kugler. Live in the studio, Joe Malillo, WENY TV News.